Good Wednesday evening, YouTubers. New Time Travel Jaime 88. Welcome back to my channel. And tonight, I am going to show off my Paramount Widescreen Edition VHS Collection Update 2022 edition. Now, as you can see, my Paramount VHS tapes has been grown since my last year's video. If you want to check it out, I'll include that in the link in the description below. I have a total of 32 Paramount movies in my collection presented in their original aspect ratio widescreen edition, the way it was originally intended for the directors. So this will take a couple parts to do this. And sit back, relax, and let's get down to business. And before we dive into each films, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Joshua Cook. Josh, if you're watching this, your videos are excellent, dude. Keep up the good work. Make sure you check out his channel on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description below. All right, let's get down to business, shall we? All right. Oops. Start with the 1991 VHS of Star Trek The Motion Picture. This is the widescreen edition. The movie's from 1979. This is the theatrical cut with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, co-starring James Doohan, George Takei, Majel Barrett, Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, presenting Persis Khambatta and starring Stephen Collins as Decker. Rest in peace to DeForest Kelley, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, Majel Barrett, Nichelle Nichols, and Persis Khambatta, who is in this film. Directed by Robert Wise. Rated G and it's 132 minutes. Even though it says 1980 on the box, that is incorrect. It's 1979. This movie also has Mark Leonard in this. There is no corresponding widescreen special longer version of the film. The only way you can find it is on a pan and scan released. Comes with this insert. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. Printed the 29th week of 1991. Moaning Sound barcode. I also got the pan and scan special longer version on VHS. I also got it on DVD and Blu-ray. I also had the director's cut of this, which I'm going to show that in the next video. Next, here's Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. This is also a 1991 VHS of the 1982 movie with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, once again, with DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, Walter Koenig, George Takei, Nichelle Nichols, also starring B.B. Bish, Merritt Budrick, Paul Winfield, Kirstie Alley, and Ricardo Montalban. Directed by Nicholas Meyer. The movie's from 1982. Rated PG and it's 113 minutes. I also have this on DVD. Here's the sticker label. The end label. Printed also in the 29th week of 1991. Again, it has the Moaning Sound barcode. With this insert once again. Next, also a 1991 VHS of Star Trek III: The Search for Spock. This movie is also in widescreen edition with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley. It also has James Doohan, George Takei, Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, Merritt Budrick, and Christopher Lloyd. Directed by Leonard Nimoy, and the film is from 1984. This also has Robin Curtis, Dame Judith Anderson, James B. Seekin, and Miguel Ferreira. Rated PG and it's 105 minutes. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. Printed in the 30th week of 1991, Moaning Sound barcode. Next, here's the 1991 VHS of Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, widescreen edition with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy. Also starring DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, George Takei, Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, and Catherine Hicks. Directed by Leonard Nimoy, the film is from 1986. This is one of my favorite Star Trek movie series. This also has Jane Wyatt, Mark Leonard, Brock Peters, John Schulk, and others. 119 minutes, rated PG. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. The 32nd week of 1991, Moaning Sound barcode. Here's Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. This is a 1991 VHS, 19 of the 1989 movie. This movie is also in widescreen with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, and also has James Doohan, Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, and George Takei. And it has David Warner and Lawrence Luckinbill, directed by William Shatner. The movie's from 1989. This was The Final Frontier is a turkey film because the special effects is pretty awful. 107 minutes, rated PG. The movie was flushed completely down the toilet. Here's the sticker label and label. Printed in the 32nd week also of 1991. And this has the widescreen of death and clicking tone. And also come with this along with same as Star Trek 4. Sadly, Star Trek 3 does not come with an insert. Next, here's the 1992 VHS of Fatal Attraction. This is the Paramount The Director series with introduction by Adrian Lyne with Michael Douglas, Glenn Close, and Ann Archer. Directed by Andrea Lyne, the film is from 1987. Featuring the controversial ending. Rated R and is 159 minutes. Discover great films with the director who made them. Clips from the movie. Here's the sticker label and label. The 50th week of 1992. Here's Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, the Director series with introduction by Leonard Nimoy. 136 minutes, rated PG. The movie itself, the running time is 119 minutes. The Director series is 20 minutes. Now you can find this Director series featurette on the original 1999 release of Star Trek IV. You're not going to find it on the current DVD and Blu-ray release of this released. You have to get the vanilla release. Here's the sticker label. This is purchased from the book sale at the Enoch Praffrey Library in Baltimore. Here's the end label. Printed on Canterbury sleeve, but is June 19th, 1992. And it's printed in the, barely see it, but it's the 23rd week of 1992. It says this copy has a print date. We all know what this will have at the end. The running time for Fatal Attraction is 120 minutes. Here's the 1992 VHS of The Apocalypse Now. This movie is also in widescreen with Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall, Martin Sheen. Also has Frederick Forrest, Albert Hall, Sam Bottoms, Lawrence Fishburne, and Dennis Hopper. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola. And the film is from 1979. An interesting fact, this movie had plagued with production problems. And Martin Sheen, he almost died of a heart attack. 153 minutes, rated R. Interesting fact, this movie was originally released by United Artists, but Paramount obtained the rights in 1981. Now this movie is now in the hands of Lionsgate. Here's the sticker label. Here's the tape number is 8. And this is a 1999 reprint, the 47th week of 1999. Next, also a 1992 VHS of Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, widescreen edition, with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, also starring James Doohan, Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, and George Takei. It also has Kim Cattrall and David Warner and Christopher Plummer. Rest in peace to Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, Nichelle Nichols, David Warner, and Christopher Plummer. Directed by Nicholas Meyer. The movie's from 1991. This is a special home video version, you can tell. Rated PG and it's 113 minutes. I also had this on DVD and Blu-ray. I know the director's cut of this came out recently in 4K, but it's not the 1992 cut. Here's the sticker label and label. The second week of 1993, and it also came with this. Next, here's the 1994 VHS of Star Trek Generation, widescreen edition with Patrick Stewart. Also starring Jonathan Frakes, Brent Spiner, LeVar Burton, Michael Dorn, Gates McFadden, Maria Sirtis, Malcolm McDowell, James Doohan, Walter Koenig, and William Shatner. Directed by David Carson, and the film is from 1994. Now, Leonard Nimoy was going to direct Star Trek Generation, but he walked out on the project. So we gave it to David Carson. Rated PG and is 117 minutes. A smashingly entertaining mix of outer space adventures, says Richard Zoglin of Time magazine. Here's the sticker label and label. Printed in the 7th week of 1996. But even though it says 1995, but it's 1996. This little goodie right here. I'm going to put this like so. Next, here's the 1996 VHS of Braveheart, widescreen edition with Mel Gibson. Also starring Sophie Maytrue, Patrick McGoohan, and it's directed by Nuts. Doesn't say who directed it, but it's Mel Gibson directed it. Oh, okay. The movie's co-produced by 20th Century Fox. Sadly, the Fox logo is not showing. Only an international release, but just has the Paramount Picture logo. Rated R and it's 117 minutes. One of the most spectacular entertainment in years. Exhilarating new fashion epic. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here tonight. Here's tape 1. Fortunately, this tape got a crack on there, but that's okay. Tape 2. Both tapes has the sticker label and the end label. Both tapes is printed in the 49th week of 1996. I'm going to show you one more tape before we go to part 2, and that's the 1996 VHS of The Hunt for Red October with Sean Connery and Alec Baldwin. Also starring Scott Glenn, James Earl Jones, Sam Neill, and Jeffrey Jones. Directed by John McIntyre. The film is from 1990. This is a widescreen edition copy. Rated PG, and it's 135 minutes. The first, you gotta see it. Blockbuster of the 1990s. Says Joel Siegel, Good Morning America, rest in peace to him. Even though the box says 1989, that is incorrect. The movie's from 1990. Also in widescreen, Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger. I have Patriot Games, so I'm going to show that in part 2. Okay, don't go anywhere, you guys. We'll be right back for part 2.